In this video, we're going to learn how to set up your practice. Setting up your practice is critical to claim reimbursement, and so we'll cover the three most important aspects: setting up your practice address with a 9-digit zip code, setting up your practice with the correct payable to address, and setting up the tax ID and group NPI or individual NPI numbers. Start by clicking on Setup and then click on Practice. This will bring you to the practice information screen. Basic practice information is created based on how you set up your form at the time you signed up for your account. Keep in mind, this form is very important, and the information on this form is critical to the successful payment of your claims. You want to put in the name of the practice, contact information, and the address, and you want to make sure to use a 9-digit zip code, as this is a 50/10 claim requirement by all payers. Here we have the payable to information. When you check this box, you're populating the information from the practice's address fields over to the payable to information field. Otherwise, you can uncheck it and put in a different address, such as a PO box. The payable to information is very critical because this is the pay to address as set up with your payer. The information is sent along with electronic claims and on box 33 on the CMS 1500 form. You'll want to make sure it's very carefully filled out to avoid claim denials for wrong information. For example, if you don't send correct payable information to Medicare, your claim will be denied and Medicare will place it on a 60-day hold, assuming it to be a fraudulent claim. If you don't know the correct information for this field, please use your EOB or Explanation of Benefits letter to verify the correct address for this field. Now we can set up your legal entity. As a legal entity, you're either registered as a partner, solo, or corporation, depending upon how you're set up. By clicking the drop-down menu, you'll be able to select the type of organization, such as solo practice or corporation. If we choose a solo practice, then the next field is the federal tax ID, and you would type that in accordingly. Group NPI is required if you're set up under a group NPI. If you're set up under your provider's individual NPI, then you would enter that information in the provider setup form. CLIA number is required if you have to submit lab charges. If you don't submit any lab charges, then you can leave this field blank. Now here's where we'll set up the working hours. By clicking on this drop-down, you'll be able to select the appropriate hour, minute, and AM or PM, and repeat the process for the end times. Next is where you can put patient communication information, and here you can type any notes for your practice. And after you've verified and entered all the fields correctly, you'll then want to click on the Save button to assure your practice information has been successfully updated. To summarize, we've just covered the three most important aspects of setting up a practice: setting up the practice address with a 9-digit zip code, setting up the practice with the correct payable to address, and setting up the tax ID and the group or individual NPI number.